A lot of Amazon sellers are failing in this new era of selling on Amazon. Between the increased competition from more sophisticated big brands, aggregators, and professional sellers, supply chain chaos, cost increases, and pay-per-click ad costs skyrocketing, many are not making it. And there's one fundamental reason that Amazon FBA sellers are failing. And in this video, I'm gonna cover the two spectrums of success as well as the death zone and how to avoid this death zone that many Amazon sellers are finding themselves in. Let's go. What is up, guys? If this is your first time here, this is Heist, the channel where we deep dive into topics about how to scale and grow your e-commerce and Amazon FBA business. And in today's video, the topic is a very important one. You know, we've seen all the headlines about how hard it is to sell on Amazon, how many Amazon sellers are failing, how the professionalization of this channel is making it increasingly difficult to compete, in addition to all the macroeconomic and external challenges that are really impacting most industries for physical products. But the good news is there's a fairly simple way to understand which brands, which products, which offers succeed on Amazon and which don't. And most of the product sellers and brands that are failing and are falling into this death zone of Amazon failure can be avoided if you know the variables to look out for when you're constructing your own products. So to kick things off, let's just really understand the spectrum of success for physical products and selling, whether it's retail, Amazon, your own website. Really, the formula works across the board, but it's hyper realized in the Amazon marketplace. There's really two different ways to win. The first and probably most obvious way to win when you're selling products to end consumers is to focus on price and value. And before Amazon, the largest and most successful retailer of all time across human history is Walmart, and their whole premise is about the lowest prices possible, saving money and creating value for people purchasing from their stores. And they have found across decades in different eras a lot of success, and they're definitely finding success today as well. On the opposite end of the spectrum, the brands, businesses, marketplaces, and retailers that tend to find success are also those that offer a premium, sophisticated, really differentiated customer-first offering. An example of this in the retail space is Nordstrom, right? So you go in, the product selection's different, it's higher end, it's premium, it's got a completely different vibe and brand to Walmart, but it succeeds at carving out that spectrum of the premium market and has thrived for decades when many other brick and mortar retailers and department stores have flustered and failed. And the death zone in the traditional retail sense is a good example of this is JCPenney. And it's kind of a little bit of Walmart and maybe a little bit of Nordstrom. So they kind of try to go premium. They try to have good prices, but they don't have the best prices and they don't have the best differentiation and the best premium offering and the best brands. So they're in that no man's land, that death zone where no customer really wants to go there because they don't service any of those polar ends of success when selling to consumers. And you can see this in their stock prices. It's almost like the exact same spectrum. So we see Nordstrom, despite the challenges coming out of COVID, still finding success over the last 3 months specifically, and they've seen way less losses than other department stores if you look at the longer term kind of post early COVID environment of the last 6 months. And Walmart, despite all of these challenges with supply chain, with COVID challenges, etc., has seen net positive gains in their stock, both in the last 3 months as well as in the last 6 months. And surprise, surprise, the retailer that's struggling, that's in that death zone, is JCPenney, with really astounding losses in their stock price if you look at the last 6 months, where they've lost almost 82% of their value. That is a deathbed of all deathbeds, and they're hanging on for dear life simply because they're residing in this death zone where they're not offering price and value and they're not offering a premium brand experience. So if we turn the page and look at the Amazon marketplace, more specifically the products, brands, and sellers that are actually failing and having challenges, those ones that are in this middle death zone trap. And the reason for this all comes down to how their offer is being presented. And if you remember on the Amazon platform, when you type in a keyword for a product and you scroll through that first page, customers looking for a reason to click on a product, and it's finding a reason to actually purchase the product. And those that are failing and that are in this death zone exhibit some very specific variables. One, they've got an okay product. You've got an okay product, not the best reviews, and not the best price, it's hard to find a reason as a consumer to actually click and purchase your product. And a lot of sellers have just okay offers and products. On a related note, they've got okay product, but they also have okay pricing, right? So there's not a premium reason or offer, and there's not a low price value driven offer. So they're in that no man's land of having an okay price as well. And the result of this and this death spiral, this failure spiral, comes because they get mediocre organic ranking, right? They're not getting the sales, they're not getting the reviews, they're getting mediocre ranking. Because they don't have organic rank, they're relying heavily on ads. Because their offer is not as good, their product's okay, their price is okay, and their reviews are okay, they don't convert as well. So their ad costs are significantly more, their cost per clicks are higher, and they have to have a majority percentage of their sales coming from paid ads. Because of all this, they're really on razor thin margins, very susceptible to any cost increases. So if container prices go up $5,000, they're screwed. If ad costs go up 10, 20%, they're screwed. If their factory rings them up and says, hey, we got to increase the cost of the product 10% because of raw material cost increases that we're seeing because of inflation, they're screwed. So they're riding on a razor's edge of susceptibility to any changes in the cost environment, of which we've seen a ton over the last 12 to 18 months, which is why we've seen this failure increase for people in this death zone. And this means that they have really fleeting durabilities. They might have once found a little bit of success, or they might find certain success with a particular sale, but they've got very unpredictable success such that their ability to sustain an offer or a business is fleeting. And then finally, because of all these factors, right? Because their product's just okay, their price is okay, their reviews are okay, they're having to spend a lot on ads, they're really susceptible. Customers don't have a reason, a why, when they're scrolling down that page to click on an offer and purchase. So these are the attributes of the death zone. Now, a counter to that, and one area of success where you can construct offers, find success, and avoid these traps, is the premium success angle. These products and brands tend to have the best differentiation. Just on a sea of sameness Amazon page, they're scrolling down and they've got a scroll stopping offer. There's something unique about the product. There's something unique about the design. There's something unique versus all of the other products that are on that page that's super, super compelling, solves the customer's needs in a unique way, and compels them to click. They also have the best branding. There's a name that correlates to what they do. The first listing image pops, and then every image after that is world-class, creative, lifestyle, and ties together the story of the product. And it's all brought together with really compelling copy that speaks to the customer. So the brand is presented in a way that's unique and different from what else is out there on the search results for Amazon. And next, what is super, super important for Amazon differentiation, specifically if you're going to play premium, is a deep understanding and alignment with the customer archetype. So they know who they're serving, they know what their customers want, they're deep in their psychology, they're deep in their needs, they're deep in their pain points, and they deliver offerings and brands that deliver on exactly what those needs are. As a result of this, they tend to cultivate an audience. People tend to follow them on Instagram. They check out their website. They join their email list. They build up every product, every launch, this audience that really becomes a weapon and a unique thing that no other sellers have access to that are playing those other tranches. And because of all this, because they're able to charge more, because they've got a better offer and differentiation, because they understand the customer, they build an audience and a tribe for their brand, they tend to have much higher ROI. They're less susceptible to all these cost fluctuations. They don't want them to happen, but if they happen, it's not a death blow to them. And they've got a much more durable brand, business, and product on Amazon. The flip side of this success is those that can really hone in on a price and value advantage. And this is really the sweet spot for Amazon. This is where most sellers that find tremendous success, tremendous organic ranking, and all those things that Amazon rewards, this is typically the playbook that works really well. Because these sellers and these products have really good price that's enticing for customers, they tend to get a much higher sales velocity. Because they sell more, they can order much larger quantities from their factories with much more regularity. They can fill full containers, they can hire people. So they get these economies of scale because of the sheer volume and velocity with which they turn their products over. They also get more reviews. Because they get more reviews, they get more sales, they get better conversion rates, and it's this Amazon flywheel that tends to take place. And it's really these three factors feeding off of each other. Because of that, they get the best organic ranking, so they're getting sales for free because they're at the top of Amazon search. And when they pay money for ads, because their price is better, because they have more reviews, because their cost per clicks are lower, because Amazon will reward the best offer with cheaper clicks, they tend tend to have much both lower ad costs on a click per click basis and on a sale per sale basis, but they also, because of the high organic ranking, they need to rely much less on getting sales from paid pay-per-click ads. And then all of this generates the self-fulfilling prophecy of success, and the Amazon flywheel takes place. So the key point here, be Walmart, be Nordstrom, do not be JCPenney. You don't want to have an okay product, an okay price, an okay offer, and a lack of understanding for what your customer wants. That is going to be the death spiral of anything that you do on Amazon. But if you focus on either price and value and generating that advantage, or you focus on the premium, that is where the longevity, the durability, and success on Amazon is going to play out. If you're wondering more about the method to the madness on actually achieving the price and value side of the spectrum, check in next week, because I'm going to be doing a deep dive on why Chinese sellers are so successful, what you can learn from them, how you can replicate them, how you can better understand why they're successful. If you learned anything today, a cheap and free way to help is hit subscribe down below. And while you wait for that video that drops next week, check out this video that Amazon thinks you're going to like. Cheers, guys.